See, it's very difficult when you have to run these live sessions, and we are not pro definitely in doing so. But eventually, if you see us after a year or two, I think we'll be perfect.
Definitely.
Yep. So 2 years, like 2 years time, if you're getting on 485 visa, and if you feel that yes, 2 years are not enough, definitely to sort your permanent residency, and you're delaying your 485, in that case, yes, you can. But on student visa, without studying, you cannot stay more than 2 months. That is also a rule. So you need to consider number of factors when we are thinking of lodging a 485.
Yes, exactly, Neet. And then, Neet, now we have started getting a lot of questions as well on the TikTok. I actually wanted to have a discussion upon the Western Australia invitation round, but I guess let's take some of the questions in the middle
sure,
of it
no
as
problem.
well, right?
Let's do
So,
that.
Neet, there's the first question. That's from Satnam Garewal. So he's actually asking for 186 requirements, change from 3 years to 2 years visa. Is it true?
No, it is not true at all, Satnam. Satnam, right now for 186 direct entry, visa applicants requirement are 3 years full-time work experience. But if we talk about age care labor agreement, that's the only visa 186 where you need 2 years of full-time work experience. Other than that, for every other visa 186D, for any other occupation, that needs to be 3 years full-time work experience.
Yes, exactly. And along with that, Neet, a general question that I've seen in 5 to 6, messages. So they're just asking, when is the next round of Queensland predicted?
Queensland today, they just conducted one round. We got invitation for chef. We will be posting soon on Facebook. The client, in fact, came with lots of goodies this afternoon. So Karan from Visa Empire, one of our clients, he got invitation for chef for Queensland for 491.
Yes, exactly. And similar, like the questions are coming up, Neat. It's for Victoria and 189 rounds. So I guess almost the year is winded up.
Okay,
right?
so if we talk about Victoria, they haven't conducted any round. They will definitely be informing us for this month. They haven't conducted yet any round. They always inform before conducting a round. They said they will be prioritizing early childhood teachers, and they also will be prioritizing construction occupation. They haven't conducted this month's round. Talking about Western Australia, they have conducted a round on 13th of December. We got many invitation. We even posted on TikTok, Facebook. We got multiple invitation. Civil engineering draft person, that was one occupation where last invitation round, a lot of invitations were there at low points, but this time at 90, cutoff was 90 for civil engineering draft person. Chef as well, the cutoff was about 90, but carpenters, painting trade workers 65.
Exactly. And Neet, do you feel like, all around, whether it is 189, whether it is 190, everywhere it's like carpenters and, the construction sector is being promoted in all of the states,
True.
right?
It is the demand of the time right now. Department of Home Affairs is prioritizing anybody who is in construction occupation. Teachers are being prioritized, social workers are being prioritized, and nurses, definitely. Nurses, we got invitation from Queensland, those who are watching right now, and from health profession, nurses are also getting invitation from Queensland.
Yes, exactly. And along with that, Neet, I do have a question that's from Vishal.
Yes.
So Vishal is saying, when to expect 190 grant Victoria launched 18 months ago exactly, and he is accountant onshore.
So right now, it's not about Victoria. It's not about any state when it comes to 190 processing times. Processing times for 190 is taking somewhere about 23 to 24 months. So you should be expecting a soon, like a grant soon. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Vishal, do let us know when you get the grant. And along with that, Neet, there is another one from Boston. So he's actually asking, can you please tell him the required English for 482?
For 482, right now there is no short-term skill occupation list stream, or there is no medium-term stream for 482. There is only one stream that is called SID, skills in demand. CSOL list is there, and for that English requirement is 5 overall and 5 each in IELTS or equivalent PT, that means 36.
Exactly. And along with that, guys, I would like to mention one thing. So it's like I'm getting a lot of questions, running through, and maybe if your question just gets missed by any chance, please have patience. Of course, you can post that question once again. I'll definitely ask it from our migration agent. So coming to another one, Neet, there is a question which says that 482 visa has been launched like 5.5 months ago. So any update, like when can they?
482, generally, we are getting all the grants of 482 within 3 to 4 months. It all depends upon a decision ready file or they have asked for more information. Let's say department has already requested for more information. In that case, a definite delay would be there. Imagine your police clearance. That's the
Yeah,
very
that's the
common
very
one,
common.
right?
Yeah.
So in that case, you may feel those delays are there. But if the decision ready file is there, good news is with SID in effect from 7th of December, the standard processing times are going to be changed to 21 days.
Wow.
So for 482, any new application, if it's a decision ready file, means medical is done already, police clearance is done already. In that case, you will be getting grant just within 21 days.
Wow, that's really quick. Actually, it's more quicker than student visas, I guess.
True, true.
Yeah. So, Neet, if I like general kind of another questions that I'm seeing, I'll just do this way that 5 to 6 questions. If it comes like together, then I'll take that topic further.
Sure, no
So,
worries.
let's consider this way, Neet. I'm getting questions which says that they're having 5 years or 6 years experience in another countries as a truck driver. So, how about them? How they can proceed with the visa?
As truck drivers, you have two pathways. One is through DAMA. Another one is company-specific labor agreement. If your company is really big and already have company-specific labor agreement approved.
Yeah.
For DAMA occupation, you need mostly for 482 1 year of full-time work experience within the last 5 years. And if that work experience is from overseas, let's say from any country, from India, from Dubai, like generally we have clients having experience from these countries, we can get the skills assessment done. Once the skills assessment is approved, we can lodge nomination and visa application on top of that labor agreement, which has already been approved, right?
Okay.
So skills assessment is the thing that you need to get it done. And from there, your skill experience will be claimable.
Definitely. So, guys, if you have more, questions related to the truck driving, the DAMA, the skills assessment, please keep on posting those questions. And Neet, this time I have a little different question from that one. So
Yes.
it's from Dorji. Dorji is actually asking a suggestion saying that should I study again or get TR? I study IT, work in childcare, but sadly my qualifications is RPL. I am so sorry, I didn't understand this last part of it.
Okay,
But yeah.
I guess I got the question. The question is like your childcare qualification is through RPL, but you have studied IT, and you are you asking a suggestion whether you should apply TR or you should be applying for a student visa, like further student visa. Look, Dorji, if you're applying for a further student visa, imagine to study childcare courses, you won't be eligible for 485 visa, which is TR. But on TR, you can always study. So imagine if you are getting right now TR, and on TR, you can always study 1 year of graduate diploma of ECT, that is early childhood teaching. And that way you can get sorted your permanent residency as an early childhood trainer. And if you keep working as a childcare worker, anyways, you will be eligible through 482 or 186.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. And Neet, another one is from Neerav. It's like his friend is already having an employer in Dama.
Yes.
Neeraj, is the friend you? So, and they're asking like they're working as a truck driver from last 3 years. Can he lodge 186 direct entry?
Direct entry is not eligible for DAMA occupation because most of the DAMA approvals, if you see, like I won't say it won't be eligible, but most of the approvals, they don't give you direct pathway. They generally they are supporting employers in DAMA region. So they generally give 482 approval, 494 approval, and 186 after they complete some years, like 2 years on 482 or 3 years on 494, then they become eligible for 186. Right, so 186 DE is not eligible, like is not applicable to you guys.
Exactly. And now let's talk more about Meet the Western Australia round that that happened
Yes.
that day. So what more information needs? Was it like did the tutors got invited in that particular round and something like
tutors,
that?
I really have to check,
Yeah,
like whether
sure.
they invited tutors this time or teachers this time.
Yeah.
So this round, why it was interesting this time, they have invited offshore candidates, they have invited interstate candidates, but in health occupation. If you see, social workers offshore they invited, enrolled nurses offshore they invited, registered nurses offshore, interstate they have invited, same as physiotherapists. So I'm just looking at Western Australia invitation round, this one. When we talk about their schedule 2, which is very popular among migrants, Schedule 2 criteria, they have invited accommodation and hospitality manager at just 70 points. They have invited bakers at 75. We also got baker
bakers,
invitation
yeah.
for 190 from Western Australia under Schedule 2. Civil engineering draft person, as I said, 90 points, and early childhood teachers, you were asking
Yeah,
teachers,
teachers.
70 points.
70 points. That's really good. So
Yeah,
they
70
they
points,
actually got
it's
at
good.
70.
It's good.
Yeah.
Like, and vocational education trainer, they got
Mhm.
at 85
They
points.
got at 85 points.
Yes.
That's very good.
Mm.
And Neet, how do you think? Like, I have seen very lesser invites in the the graduate entry like kind of stream in the Queensland specifically.
Yes.
So do you think that Queensland is more promoting the other streams rather than the graduate stream? Yeah.
It is hard to say. Right now, Queensland got just 600 seats for 190,
True.
600 seats for 491. So that's the reason they are very, very choosy when it comes to selecting their migrants. Like they are looking for superior English. Even today's chef, what we got invited, that chef, he has superior English. Earlier also we got chef invitation, they got superior English.
Yeah.
So Queensland is very particular on that. SBOs, we got all invited already.
Yes. So SBO, I think they are more promoting the business sector
Exactly.
these days, right?
And another thing I would like to mention here, guys, there is a new visa that has already come into place, that is National Innovation Visa. In that, there is a stream called Entrepreneur Stream. In that entrepreneur stream, again, you would need some kind of endorsement from state. And if you think like Queensland can, they haven't yet published the criteria how states are going to choose. Like today, New South Wales said we are just in like on the way to like build a criteria how we will be choosing the candidates for entrepreneur stream. So I would say if you have some business idea, good innovation, or you are already into emerging business, or you have established business, in that case entrepreneur stream of NIV 858 visa subclass that is coming, like in that, like in state endorsement, how to apply for state endorsement, we'll keep you updated.
Definitely. So it's like innovation and you. That's like more so Australia is
Exactly,
going to get
exactly.
into
This is
trend.
what Australia's vision is. So if
Yeah.
you are like having any kind of innovative idea, you have already invested, like angel investors and all that, they are definitely going to consider you for entrepreneur stream.
That's so good, Neat. That's such a good news for people. Those who they are thinking about their new ideas and the young entrepreneurs. That's going to
Exactly,
be a revolution for
exactly.
them actually. Yeah.
And ACS has now added. So there are so many migration news, guys. We are now, just because so packed up with work and we are not able to post in our everyday video. If you see, like earlier we used to post a lot of videos with a lot of updates. It was just so busy time of the year. Even ACS has now upgraded their occupation list. There are so many occupation they are going to add into ACS skills assessment. So we will update you on that. We haven't just like posted any video on this. Yeah, there is another news.
Definitely. And along with that, Neet, we're getting more questions that are related to, I guess, like GSM questions and study questions. I'll take one of the GSM question for you.
Sure.
So this says that 85 points with 8 each bands.
Yes.
Occupation is civil construction. Any chances in Victoria Regional or 491?
Victoria has not yet conducted a round, but like whenever they are going to conduct round for this month or maybe next month, they are going to conduct, they will definitely prioritize construction occupation. They will be prioritizing ECT. So civil engineering draft person, I hope you will get invited.
Definitely. So fingers crossed for you. And then another one says that they are studying EN in South Australia.
Yes.
So the course finishes in December 2025 and visa expires in March 2026. Any suggestions?
Okay, in that case, I hope like whatever visa subclass and whatever equif level you have got granted the visa, you are maintaining that. EN, after studying EN, you know that you cannot apply for 485. That is so obvious. So it means you should start studying something that can lead you to 485 as well. You can extend your student visa, but as an EN, if you get your skills assessment, you can always apply for 190 and 491.
Definitely. And another one, Neet, that is from my kind of like favorite topic now, 186, that is becoming more popular.
Okay.
So it says that I have certificate 3 and I have 2 years experience after completion. Am I eligible for 186 direct entry?
And what occupation?
Please mention your occupation. I want more clarity to be provided. And in the meanwhile, Neet, can you like, there was like a change that came in for the 482, like
Yes.
the duration of 482 was the most popular
Yes,
change.
yes.
So we had a discussion last time, but then I guess it was some issue with people were not able to get that thing. Can we have a more discussion on that topic?
Yeah,
please?
sure. No
Yeah.
problem.
So
Let's talk about those
yeah,
changes.
exactly, Neet. How did that happen, and why that change happened? How
Okay.
it's going to revolutionize?
Okay. So now Department of Home Affairs, they have conducted 2 webinars so far, and they have given a lot of clarity about this 482 new changes that happen on 7th of December 2024. Now, so many new occupations have been added into CSOL. Anybody's whose occupation is there in CSOL, they will be able to apply 482 or 186 depending upon the years of experience. If you have 1 year of experience, that is full time or equivalent casual or part time experience, you are eligible for 482. If you have 3 years of work experience, part time, casual, equivalent, 3 years full time, equivalent to full time, you will be eligible for 186. For 186, you need a positive skills assessment for sure.
Yeah.
For 482, there are 24 occupations where you need skills assessment, but at the same time, there are waivers associated with those occupations as well. You can always come and talk to us or talk to your registered migration agent. So these are, in a nutshell, these are the changes that happen. Like for 482, 1 year of work experience, and the occupation must be in CSOL.
Yeah.
Many occupations are out of the list, like cafe restaurant manager, customer service manager. They are out of the list, and those people, they have to explore their permanent residency either through 494 or 491, 190. These are the visa subclasses left for them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like a lot of changes in the occupations and everything
Yes,
that's
yes.
just coming up every day. So
Mm.
if you have like your profile ready with you and you have a lot of questions, definitely I would recommend you booking a consultation, and then I guess that's more so a place where people can have more discussions personally on their particular
Exactly.
cases.
Like in this online platform, we try to answer as many questions we can. But guys, again, we always have a disclaimer, just because we don't know your complete profile.
Exactly.
We are giving you a general information. If you want to have a written advice from us, come and talk to us, like, or you go to your migration agent, take a written advice from them, and based on that, you know whatever pathway you want to take or navigate, go through that.
Exactly. And I believe like Neet, the Department of Home Affairs is making migration agents more like astrologers, people they're coming to us.
Exactly.
What will happen after 6 months kind of questions.
That's right,
Yeah.
but it is very hard to say,
I know.
just because it is right now, everything is so unpredictable.
Exactly.
Like, we are working in such a space where, like, we don't have even predictability, but yes, based on statistics, based on these jobs and skills reports, based on what is happening right now, invitation rounds, we can make some presumptions, and accordingly we ask our clients to work on. Like recently, if you are looking for we have already like posted on our Facebook page, like what states are better for you if you're looking for 190 491 invitation. Queensland is having no pathway for chefs for 190.
Yeah.
So if you are a chef sitting here in Queensland watching this live webinar today, I would say if you are looking for permanent residency pathway through 190, 189 is definitely there is one thing, but for 190, then move to a state which is more promising, and Queensland is not going to add a lot of seats, it looks like.
100%.
Mm.
And Anita, I have a little, out of the box question
Mm.
actually. So Naval is asking, I guess he has like the question, what I understood from the question says that he is on 407, the bridging visa of 407.
Yes.
And he wants to invite his mom from Pakistan to attend the graduation ceremony for
Yes.
himself. So he's asking, is it advisable? Should he call his mom because he himself is on a bridging visa?
Your visa won't predict the outcome of your mother's visa. Always remember that. People are in this presumption that, okay, if I don't have visa, they are not going to give my parents a visa. If I don't have a stable visa, you are on a bridging visa, but they are going to look at your parents' profile, their financials, right? Whether they have strong incentives to go back. So if you can prove their strong incentives, their ties to their home country, they have good funds to come and visit, and you have a very valid reason, very genuine reason that yes, they have to come here for graduation ceremony, attach that invitation letter from university as well. Universities are very generous in giving those invitation letters.
So I guess there would be no effect on his mother's profile.
Definitely.
That's totally different from his
Definitely,
own.
definitely,
Yeah.
it won't affect that.
Perfect. And another one, Neet. So it's
Yes.
Garewal. He is actually asking that he's having 2 years experience as a restaurant manager.
Yeah.
Part-time 20 hours. Am I eligible for 186 under the Dharma?
Okay, for Dama visa, as a cafe restaurant manager, definitely Dharma option is still open to you guys. It depends upon which Dharma you are looking for, because every Dharma, they have a separate occupation list. So if I talk about, let's say I'm talking about Townsville Dharma, they have cafe restaurant manager. And if you want to go for 186, you need to look at the labor agreement of your employer. What sort of labor agreement they have got, whether they have got straight seat for 186, like applying directly for 186, do they have such kind of allocation? If yes, yes, why not, you can go for it.
Yeah, definitely. And Neet, is this experience like the experience that people get on 407? Can they count this experience towards 186?
186, it is a very very common question, and the answer will depend upon your profile on 407, right? If you are working as a supervised chef, imagine on 407, in that case, like supervised chef means you so many duties of chef you are not
Yeah.
performing, or in that case you cannot claim it towards 186. It all depends upon the training plan, how well justified training plans are there. Policy says training visa experience cannot be used towards 186, but then policy is not law. There are many instances when training visa experience can be used towards 186. So it all depends how we build your profile and everything like that.
That's absolutely correct, Neet. So more so, I guess they are like, the more justification we can provide on their
Yep.
profile, the results are all that depends
Exactly,
upon that.
exactly.
Yeah, and Neet, there's another question from Nitin Sharma. So he's
Mhm.
actually asking, is labor market testing compulsory for 186 direct entry?
For 186 direct entry, labor market testing is not required. It is optional to justify how you have tested the market, like why the position is genuine. Imagine you are justifying the genuine position and no advertisement is done. The position
Yeah.
has been offered to you without giving an opportunity to Australian citizen and permanent resident. In that case, they can cause issues. It is not mandatory at all otherwise.
Yes, exactly. So, Neet, can you provide like more information to our clients who are not that aware about labor market testing? Like, what is actually labor market
Mhm.
testing?
Sure, sure. Labor market testing is, it means advertisement of a job position for which the employer is offering you the sponsorship. Imagine if we haven't tested the market, like how can we justify that position was open to Australian citizen
Yeah.
and permanent resident? So there is a requirement for 482 visa. It is must. Anybody who wants to apply 482 visa, they have to advertise 28 days as per the legislative requirement. Again, there are requirements, they need to be met. If the requirements are met, in that case person can satisfy successfully labor market testing requirements
That's
for
perfect.
482.
Yeah. And so the people, those who are not much aware about like what this is,
Hmm.
so guys, I think you might get more information with
Mhm.
this one.
Yes.
And Neet Z is actually asking that she is completing her master's in human resource management in June 2025. Is she eligible for 485? I think she should provide more information.
Exactly. For 485, it's not just the criteria that you have completed master. Age is main criteria.
Yeah.
If you are 38, 39, definitely you cannot apply. If you are under 35, then I'll be asking for English. Do you have required English score? If yes, completion letter is there, 92 weeks of study is there, yes, you are eligible.
Definitely. And this the PT scores, this is like the most threatening thing for everybody. So it's like the
True.
overall 6.5 score
Yes,
that
yes.
that's actually.
And if you look at PTE, 51 in listening, it's again like 6, right?
Yeah.
And in some of the cases, like some of the modules, like 42 is there,
42 is the
43 is there.
requirement, yeah.
So you really need to look at the Department of Home Affairs website and see which module you need what score as minimum, and then apply.
Yes, exactly. And also, guys, sometimes you do have a confusion regarding the IELTS score, the PT score. Always give a phone call to us. We will definitely guide you, like what scores are required, how much scores are required. We are
Yep.
definitely there to help you out.
Yeah.
And another one, Neet, that's asking that there is, what are the chances for 190 Victoria for life scientists? And they're having 95 points and 90 each in PTE. That's like superior English, 93,000
Good
is the salary.
chances, good chances, very good chances for Victoria and even for 189.
Definitely. So I hope they have applied 189 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can I again, Neeta, I think there's like much of the confusion to people regarding the time frame for 186, because
Mhm.
again I've got another question which says
Mhm.
that can I get 186 with 2 years of experience with 50? Okay, they've added so 55,000 in 1 year and 73,150 as a chef in the later year. So it's like they have 3 years experience. So for 2 years, the package was 55,000, and for 1 year, it was 73,150. So can
It
they get
won't it won't
186?
matter. It won't matter for 186 how much you were earning, because for 186 the requirements of 3 years work experience, even it can be from overseas. So how does it matter about the salary for those 3 years? It
Exactly.
won't matter at all. No.
Okay, so I hope you've got the answer to the question. And okay, so if I reapply, okay, Z is actually again asking another question, Neet. So she's asking that if I reapply for a student visa for Masters of Teaching for peer pathway, are there any chances for the visa refusal?
It depends again, G. Like there are number of factors for the visa refusal and visa success, right? So asking this question on a social platform, you won't get a complete
True.
answer. Like I won't say, okay, there is no refusal chances, or you will 100% get your visa. I can't comment like this. I really need to look at your profile, how much funds you have, and dependent family members are there. What are your intentions? Do you have any background relevancy is there, whether you're upgrading your skills? So many factors are there that are involved when we have to say what is the success rate for your student visa extension.
Exactly, Neet. And Neet, like, because I generally deal with student visas,
Yep.
it's like the thing that I've seen mostly is that these days, if someone has already completed a master's, universities, they just refrain in giving them admission for the
Hmm.
master's as well.
That could be
GPA
another
criteria
reason.
is,
Yep.
yeah.
Again, if you're upgrading, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Or imagine you were studying human resources, and during that study period, you have been working in a childcare. Now you want to study something masters in childhood, right? Early childhood or something like that. Definitely, that's making a pathway and relevancy. But out of the box, you want to study something. In that case, it can be difficult for us to prove that
Exactly.
you have genuine intentions.
Exactly. And so it's like, guys, please, if you want to, go for another master's, I think it should be like you've done MBA in finance, maybe
Yes.
you're going for MBA in human resource, and it's
Hmm.
more like you in the
The
same,
relevancy.
yeah, relevancy
Relevancy
is
is there.
actually met.
Yes.
Exactly. So, Neet, there's another one from Ajay Deol. So he's actually asking that 482 in painting skill worker with only 1 year of work experience, as I don't have study. Is it possible for me?
No, it's not possible if you don't have relevant studies. So for 482, imagine you have just met the work requirements. In that case, we have to see how much extra work experience is required to substantiate that qualification relevancy, right?
Exactly.
So for these type of questions, Ajay, you can always come and talk to us or talk to your registered migration agent.
Exactly, Neet. That's so
Mm.
true. And another one, Neet, again, that's asking certificate 3 with 2 years experience after study as an assistant educator. Is there any possibility for 186?
What certificate 3 and what sort of
I think it's in the childcare kind of, because they are studying, like they're
and
working
for
as an assistant
186 you
educator.
need child care worker. 186 you need 3 years full time work experience, so definitely you're not meeting because you have 2 years work experience.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Mm.
true. So, Neet, let's again talk about like more
Mm.
so about the visitor visas. So,
Okay.
do you think, Neet, there are a lot of visitor visas that might get granted during this period?
We
Because
are getting many
yeah,
grants, multiple grants every day for visitor visas. It means there is a shift in the department's approach towards
exactly.
the grant of visitor visas. So I'm not sure, maybe it was holiday period,
Yeah,
that was the reason, or our profiles were really strong as well. That was like how we projected our files. We have provided with all the supporting documents. Yeah, very
exactly.
good, a good number of grants are there.
Yeah. And Neet, do you think like now that particular like tourist visa, it cannot be converted to student visa? So this can also be one of the reasons
This
that
can
they
be one
are.
of the reasons. They know that now people will not be abusing the migration
Exactly.
system. So that is one of the reasons that from visitor visas grant rate is higher. Again, for young applicants there are barriers,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
we have to overcome those before
Exactly, exactly.
lodgement.
So, Aneet, what do you think? Like from offshore, what can be the most important thing which helps a person to get the visitor visa granted?
It's all about the incentives and strong ties with the home country.
Definitely.
So if you have really good incentives in terms of your employment, you have a stable employment back home, good incentive. If you have a stable family ties or you have strong family ties, imagine like you have your 75% of the family, your member of family unit. If you are married, your wife is there, your kids are there, so you have strong ties
Yeah.
back home. So in that case, grant chances are
Chances, yeah,
better.
exactly.
Yeah.
And another one, it's asking me, do you assist for ECT skills assessment? And also, he needs a skills assessment. I'm so sorry. I
We
started
deal we deal with all kind of skills
the.
assessment. So you name any skills assessment. At Visa Empire, we are proud to say that we have got almost every skills assessment. We have hundreds of stories of skills assessment, positive skills assessment. Come and talk to us here at Visa Empire. We have offices in Perth, Melbourne, and Brisbane, and we have a good number of team members, those who are working in different departments. So for skills assessment, we have a separate department, and that team only works for skills assessment. So you can always contact us for skills assessments.
Definitely. And again, Neet, I'll shift to another visa.
Yeah.
So again, I'm going to ask you about 407 now.
Yeah.
And Neet, these days, like a number of people, they come in to see us every day.
Yes.
So what general thing that I'm just, having, I'm just watching that once they start a 407 with an employer, that employer, I'm not defaming anyone, but then yes, of course, the employers, they start, being little authoritative on them, and they're not able to bear that thing.
Okay.
So is there something that they can change the employer or something like that?
There are ways. See, in this platform here, it's not advisable. Like,
Exactly.
I won't be definitely talking openly.
Yeah.
Yes, but definitely there is nowhere on this planet that you need to, you need to somebody needs to be authoritative on you, and you have to listen to them just for the visa purposes.
Yeah.
There are ways, and how to safeguard yourself, you should talk to migration agent, your migration agent, or to us.
Exactly. So if you have any of the problems like that, if you want to have discussion related to such things, you're most welcome to have a communication with us. So another one,
Yes.
it's asking 2 years casual experience as a childcare worker, 1 year permanent. Like 1 year he was
Yes.
permanent and 2
Yes.
years casual.
Yes.
So are they eligible for 186 after that?
Yes. When it comes to casual work experience, so imagine you have worked 38 hours casually for 2 years. So definitely it is 2 years full time. And then 1 year permanent full time. Then in that case, you are meeting the requirement. But on casual, if you have worked just 20 hours a week, in that case, you are not meeting the requirement.
Perfect. And Neet, do you think like if they've taken already like 407 visa or 482 visa, can they go back to GSM if like they get invited?
Yes, definitely. So that's the beauty of these visas for 407, 482. Even if you're a holder of 407, if you're a holder of 482 visa, and on top you have lodged your EOIs, you got invited for 190, 189, 491, whatever you say. Once the 491 is granted, or 190 is granted, or 189 is granted, you are like, that visa is superseded, the previous visa. It's all good. So it's not like 491 and 494. In 491 visa and 494 visa, if you're a holder of these visas, on top you cannot apply for 189, 190 for 3 years. But in these visas, yes, you can always apply.
Definitely. So, guys, if you want to discuss more such questions, please post your questions in the chat as well. I can ask from Neet. And at the same time, if you want to have a personal communication and maybe a general assessment from our counselors, again, you can always, give us a phone call or visit us personally in the office. And followed by that, Neet, there's another question that I'm getting that's asking about 482 visa.
Okay.
Do we need skills assessment or not if we launch the visa? And then is there something like we don't add the skills assessment and officer will ask us later for that?
For 482, either there is a requirement for skills assessment, or there is no requirements for skills assessment. There's nothing like you have not added and officer will be asking you. If there is a mandatory skills assessment requirement for 482, skills assessment is time of decision criteria. So if you have lodged the visa without skills assessment, if the mandatory skills assessment requirement is there, they will ask you before the grant. So they won't grant you without skills assessment. But if there is no requirement as such, then definitely that is not required. So guys, we'll be winding up in next 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
So if you have questions, I would say either email us. We will be closed now during holiday period from tomorrow until the 5th of January. We will be closed. So during this time, if you have any urgent queries, sometime your visa is running out, sometime you have some urgent crisis, feel free to email us at admin@visaempire.com.au. It's there on our Facebook page, everywhere. For urgent crisis during this holiday period, we are there and we can always support you during this period. But otherwise, our team is going off holidays from today onwards, right? And we won't be available during holidays, only through emails. But email whenever there is urgent crisis, in the subject line just write urgent help required, and we are there. We will definitely be able to respond to your query within no time.
Exactly. And guys, please drop emails. Try to communicate more with us. Please share your profiles with us. If there's something urgent, of course, as Neet mentioned, we are going on holidays, but you are our priority. And if there's something like that, if it's very urgent, we will definitely help you out. So, with that, Neet, I guess we've got a
Yeah.
lot of questions today.
But
And
yeah, we will
yeah.
not be able to answer all these questions, guys. I'm so sorry about that. Just because we are wrapping up for the year, so we have kept this live session a bit shorter today. So we'll be winding it up right now. And if you have any questions, send us email, and we will be available in our offices from 6th of January 2025 onwards. Wish you all a happy new year and Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Neet.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot.
Thank you,
Thank
Manvi.
you.
Done? Are we done?